Fantastic. Sounds like good work. I just got here, but it all sounds good to me. When I hear charity, I just got an email that I'm going to mention tomorrow night on Lady Babylon uh, about a person laying down their government job
Wow.
and going off to learn Greek at a university because, um, God damn it, Brian took all that heat. Brian took all that heat, and if he can take all that heat, some of them can do something. It's amazing. No pension or anything. I'll read the letter tomorrow night on the LB. Okay. My God. Look how far we have come. Look how far we have come. Tell me, Maddalena, just to open, give me 2 minutes of soliloquy of
Mm.
how what's going through your brain.
Um, Nothing right now. I'm getting over uh feeling a little bit of a panic attack. I did some of these exercises in the review earlier, and I'm just chilling.
I hate panic attacks. Oh
Yeah.
God, don't say that.
Mm,
You're gonna
my bad.
bring one
Um,
on. No, I understand why. It sounds like you're under a lot of pressure and you're almost finished.
yeah, it's good. It's like it's mixed feeling, I don't know. It's like, all right, I just want to start over again and then see how far I've come and wanna, I don't know,
It's
endless
yeah,
loop it,
get a
rewatch
little
all of
handle.
these.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll get that every once in a while, but don't follow the instinct to go back.
Okay.
Follow the advice to go forward. Because now is next week is when you need to start embracing your new skill. You're a
Yeah.
race car driver now. You're certified, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right now, you need to get out there and you need to practice.
Yeah.
Practice. Go do some driving. You know what I mean? That's the way. And then you'll look back on it and you'll say, "God, how much I've been able to assimilate." So if you can do
Hmm.
that quickly, which you obviously can, good for you. You save
Uh,
everybody
the
some
uh
time.
the day before we started the course, I was practicing reading, just reading not to understand it, but I was reading the Apocalypse of John.
Yes,
And
how's that?
it was good. It started from the end. And I was just practicing it. And then the other day I flipped back through it because I have a copy of the New Testament in Greek. And and I was like way more able to understand what's going on. It was cool.
Way more able, right? You s- you hear how you qualify that? Way more able. Exactly. Because
Way more able.
you started your journey. You're you're seeing the matrix, so to speak. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah.
And that's exactly what you should be doing. Um y- yeah, I don't yeah, I want to save that, I guess. I'm trying to figure out if I should um to advise you to go forward from this
Yeah.
point, right? Because somebody has recommended to me that I bring back the reading class for people
Yeah.
who have been through the course. So I have something percolating in my brain, and as soon as I can figure out whether or not I'm going to do it or how I'm going to do it, because this is all experimental stuff,
Yeah.
right? Nobody's been through the course in this short period of time. So, yeah. And I've got people asking me now to do it. And now I'm waffling on what kind of student to pick because, God, I don't know if people are going to be able to make it out so quick. Um, But hey, let's go forward as if in an optimistic way, positive
Hmm.
way, as if they're able to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Might as well give people the benefit of the doubt and just let them, you know, just let them do it. How do
Yeah.
you, are you tired? It's been 4 weeks. We're going to finish tomorrow. It,
Um, I'm not necessarily tired. I feel like I could keep going, but it's also like time wise that I'm putting in. Yeah, I'm tired. Like I could use some sleep for sure. Um,
yeah. You
but
gotta, you gotta figure out how to yoke it to your pleasure now.
yeah.
You've gotta, once you're out of here, you've got to find those things that really get you off those texts, like you're talking about Revelation,
Hmm.
Apocalypse that you're reading right now. Good job, right? Jumping right in,
Yeah.
swim in that stuff, and see make yourself an expert. There's so many, your interest is the Bible. That's what you stated was your interest. And I think the best thing for you is to jump immediately into the pool that is all of that biblical literature. Now, it's more than what people are thinking. You should
Yeah.
be looking at every fucking apocryphal Greek work there is.
Hmm. Yeah.
Everyone. I was reading one from the first century, right? First century. It's probably late, probably like 80 to 120 or something like that. But and it was talking about the satanic Bacchic ritual and where the power is. So I was like, dude, why have I never heard of any of these texts? Right? If people had been reading this stuff, it makes sense. For example, I found a phrase that I've seen repeatedly in the New Testament, and I'm like, oh, look, it's a contemporary use of the exact phraseology, and it's all in Greek, baby.
Wow.
Read the oh God, there's one from like second century BC to first AD. So it looks like it's using Greek that's somewhere in the range of first century BC ish, kind of.
Hmm.
First century, it was certainly mm, Jesus is going to be Jesus is going to be saying it. How do I know? Because he fucking quotes little stories like you find in the
Hmm.
fucking Testament of the Patriarchs. It's in Greek too. And there's no question that people say there must be a Hebrew predecessor. No, once again, there's no Hebrew document behind this thing,
Hmm.
right? I mean, think
Yeah.
about you need to jump into that literature.
Yeah.
There's a ton of it. Right. The Testament, look at the Testament of the 12 patriarchs. Just look it up.
Okay.
And you need to get TLG too. We need to get you access to TLG because you can get all of these texts on TLG
Okay.
and you could start reading them, and they're very user friendly. They're very user friendly. So, um, and it's quite revealing, the stuff that's in them. It's
Mm.
amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. Found a couple more references to the look. You're just being a laystes, right? When they're trafficking, it's Abraham's sons trafficking people. It's absolutely
Wow.
hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious, right? And their sister. What do you think happens to their sister? Their only sister. What happens? Oh God, she gets raped, of course. Oh God, right? And you
Yeah.
don't have any fucking originals. You don't have any originals. No, no, there's Hebrew text behind this. But oh, look in the let me tell you something. It's the biggest bullshit of history. I'm sorry to go off on a tear, but the biggest bullshit of history was that fucking Dead Sea Scrolls bullshit. That stuff is fake as fuck. It's fake as fuck. And the scholarship on that they did with the mushroom and the cross, that is the lousiest, crappiest attempt to prop up Hebrew in the world. It's amazing. It's like a propaganda bullshit.
Yeah.
All these apocryphal texts, think about it. The one I just told you,
Yeah.
the testimony of the patriarchs. Testimony of the patriarchs. It's so popular, Jesus is using it. Jesus is using it. And they say there must be a Hebrew original. Why? Why does there have to be a Hebrew original? They do this for 100 fucking works. It has to be, oh, that thing's in Hebrew originally. That's a translation. No, it's not, dog. Your Hebrew doesn't fucking exist. There's no evidence for its existence.
The timeline is all screwy if you uh have that biblical framework, you know?
Yeah, it is.
It's like, oh, it's from, Moses, 6,000 years before.
Right.
Like, yeah, sure.
I heard the ambassador to the United States, that turd from Arkansas. I Was it Mississippi or Arkansas? Yeah, I think it was Mississippi. My family's from Mississippi and Alabama, right? That turd, I think he's in Arkansas, from Arkansas. Anyway, he stood up there and said in front of, was Tucker Carlson. Did you see that? He
Mm.
said, "You've got Israel for the last 3,600 years has owned by right of God a land that stretches all the way from Iraq," he said, "to Egypt. That's supposed to be theirs, according to the biblical claim." Right? That dumbass doesn't even realize there were no people of that description anywhere at
Yeah.
that time, 3,600 years ago. How can that
It's
possibly? All it does is justify a claim, justifies a claim. So what it offsets is all of the archaeology. Because I'm telling you, I worked there a season. They will say something belongs to Solomon because it's in the Bible. This is the complex of Solomon. Okay, what's the evidence? There isn't any. It's
mhm.
just in the right place. Wait, what the fuck are you talking about? It would be like if a classicist went out and declared they found Troy when they had no archaeological evidence for it.
Yeah.
So it is skewed. The propaganda has skewed our understanding of history completely.
Yeah.
Completely. Oh my God.
Xenophon wrote about how and like what 400 BC there were no Persians in Persia.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm. I read that.
That's
I'll have to
great.
find that.
Yeah. It's a complete nut job. There's no need for it except for something that's wrong. I mean, what am I trying to say? You don't see ancient authors describing things as propaganda a lot. It doesn't happen, right? It just doesn't happen. But you do in this case,
Yeah.
right? The whole text itself becomes propaganda, and it pisses them off. For example, one of the biggest things people don't realize is that the early Christians, they say, oh, they fed them to the lions. They did. They did. They went to Alexandria and they arrested all the fuckers that were raping children, right? They arrested fuckers who were having sex with their own children. Incest, right? When you have to go police incest, shit is wrong, right? Those people get fed to lions, right? And people don't realize that it was not because they were Christians. All that bullshit about being led to the lions because you're Christian, that is not that is not illegal. You can say whatever the fuck you want. when you are raping children, that's where you've crossed the line. There is no Pliny. There's that wonderful thing from Pliny about what do we do with these Christians? Oh, are they harmful or they're hurtful? What the fuck? If they're not hurting anything, just give them a warning. Tell them to be loyal to the emperor and shut the fuck up. Cool. Everything's fine. That's not what we're talking about. The earliest Christians were persecuted because of what they were doing within the Christian mystery. That's what they were being prosecuted for.
Yeah,
They were
which is now hidden.
actively. We have texts that say they were actively blowing the main they didn't call him a priest. The leader, the overseer, was blown. You gave him a blowjob. My God. What a and seriously? And nobody bothers to read this stuff. But now you've had enough Greek. You've had enough Greek in just 4 weeks that you can start engaging with these texts. I
Yeah.
suggest you go to TLG and
Okay.
you look up every only the most vulgar um, ideas out of the and narrow your search to just your apocrypha and just pull out all of that stuff. You wouldn't
Yeah.
believe how much stuff I'm finding on Satan.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it. It's just it's amazing the depth. Oh God. So you'll join the. We have to figure out how to keep you going forward and making that forward progress. So you can
That would be
because
awesome.
you needed to further develop it.
Yeah.
Your Greek. What do you think about? What do you think about such things?
That would be great. I mean, anything would be helpful, really.
You ought
And
to
I
do.
have the library too, we have the Soma library and we're always working on stuff too. So
That's fantastic.
If you want to kick us
That's
sources, we'll fill up the library.
oh great. Great. Everybody should be working then to dig. Now, what are we going to do? Oh, God. Well, when the summer comes, because we have an album coming out,
yeah.
right? Oh, my. No, you know, well, I've got to talk about it later on Lady
Mm.
Babylon as soon as I get permission to, but I am going to the East Coast for the opening of a metal album that is written about Lady Babylon. Oh
Nice.
God. Oh,
Nice.
you guys are gonna shit yourselves. Can anybody get to the East Coast?
I can.
Can you? Good.
Yeah, I'm in Ohio, so
All of the voices in your
I'm in
head, we should all meet in the even those I wonder if any of those Australians can I don't know.
I'm in
I don't know if they can
California.
get here.
I won't be able to.
California, unless I find somebody that I can ride with,
Yeah.
Ride with
Yeah.
David.
Right, yeah.
We're
I met up
thinking
with
about
Dave.
live streaming it too. I don't know if we
That would be
Yeah,
nice.
we're thinking about live streaming. I don't know if it will, how that'll coordinate with their like producers and stuff like that. Right, they may say no, you can't do that, but let's
That'd be so
ask,
sick.
dude. I mean, we can't. Um, the
What what's the date for
When is
that?
it? Yeah.
what's that?
What's the date for that?
Oh, it's this summer in June. It starts in June,
Okay,
and
okay.
I've have access to the album already. It's already cut in vinyl. They did a nice vinyl press
Is
thing
it
for it.
is it with Kirk Hammett of Metallica by
No,
chance?
it's not. No, absolutely. No, it's absolutely not. Right? Absolutely not. This is a metal group from the East Coast that what is the style again? Post metal. It's post metal.
Mm.
So no. As soon as I can tell you their name, I will, I promise. But it turns out the music that is inspired by Lady Babylon, the muse, right? That music is out there, and people are wanting to produce it. So, no, guess away all you can. You cannot guess my mystery man. I'll tell you it's a male. All right, let's go. Let's go to the text. Right back to it, Madeline.
Alrighty.
Unit 19. Oh, thanks for pulling that up. Before we get, let's just, I don't want to blow the old brain cells, right? I want you to start today. We're going to do it backwards, and I want you to start with Unit
Okay.
19. And then we're
Alrighty.
going to do exercise just to warm up. And I want to talk first the vocab. This vocabulary at the end of the intensive course gets a short shrift because it starts getting really kind of, the further on you go in the text, the less common it is. So, okay, fantastic. But it's still there. Look, Aiskunomai is there to feel shame for. You know,
Yeah.
you've seen the ice cross, haven't you?
Mhm.
That feeling of shame, that dirtiness. Oh God, it's dirty, right? Notice the road drops out. Satwarnas is the original from fucking Mycenaean Greek for Satan. I skunomai, I am ashamed. I feel shame before they tell you. Good. You keep going. Give me the next one. We'll rotate today. Here,
Okay.
I'll do one and then you do one. Go ahead and do apolomy, but you read all the principal parts.
Apollomy, Apollo, Apollissa, or Apollomane, Apollolica, or Apollola. To kill or lose, die, cease to exist.
Yeah. Apolomy. Look at that. Oh God, it's such a dark word. Erasomai. Look at that. It's what? It's gonna Aeroman. Oh God. An erasomai, an eromen. To ask. Okay, just don't worry about it getting chopped up with all of its pieces and parts there. You can add different prefixes to all of these verbs. Your standard eresomai, right? You can
Yeah.
add just an ana to it. So, okay, no problem. It's still ask. I want you to translate it as ask. Go ahead. You do the next one. The next one is one of my favorite verbs.
Heurisco? Is that with the H on it?
Heurisco.
Heurisco.
Good.
Hereso. Heron. Herica. He. Heremai. Herethane. To
Yeah.
find or discover.
Yeah. Good. Good. It's hard to differentiate between that epsilon upsilon and the
Yeah.
eta upsilon, the ew as opposed to the ew.
Yeah.
Ew. Yeah,
Ew.
good. Good. Heos. Heos. Uh-oh. As long as, while, or until, and we're going to look at this. There's different rules for it. We'll just take a nice walk in the park through it. Very common conjunction. How about that verb?
Hegeomai. Hegesomai. Hegesamen. Hamen. Heg. My. Hegmai. Hegemai. Hege Thane. Lead the way. Be commander. Rule. Believe.
Yeah. Notice it takes a genitive rule over something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we get hegemony and all that. Isos, ise, ison, meaning equal, you know, like an isosceles triangle.
Oh, yeah.
I suppose is the best one. Then we get a little adverb with this one, isos. Notice when you take an adjective and create an adverb out of it, you get that omega sigma. Equally, go from equal to equally.
Equally.
Right? Nice. Next to it, perhaps.
Okay. Yeah.
Perhaps. Keep that in mind as you're translating Isos. Keep that in mind. You go back and forth. Yeah. How about that
Okay.
next one? What is something that's kind of, we've done that one. Kainos is new.
Kainos. Yeah.
Right? Oh, no, we
Kine-
haven't. We haven't. Kainos,
No.
kainos. Yeah.
Okay. New strange.
Yes. If you could take that word and you could put it into a vocalizer to shoot it to the underworld and call it back so that your voice would now be the voice of a daimon.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You could hear this in some crazy, crazy post metal gloriousness. Kerdos. Do you here? Let's do Kerdos on the chart because I want you to see this one. What is Kerdos? What do they give you?
Gain or profit.
Profit, right?
Yeah.
Nice. Kerdos. Kerdos. Let's just look up, see what they think gain or profit is, right? As soon as they start talking right away about advantage or what's best, okay? That which brings you profit, right? Gains or profit. Number 2, desire of gain. That's no problem. Number 3, iron. Oh my God, it's ironic, isn't it? Cunning arts in the plural, or wiles. Cunning arts. Kerdos is what can get you in trouble. If you are too interested in making profit, overfeeding yourself, like if you get up in the morning and you're not trying to exist, you're trying to have excessive profit, that's a disease. And it's bad. Isn't it funny? I mean, how modern does that sound? I mean, I thought you said these people were farmers, right? And most of them are out there, right? They are. But listen to how the language is created. Oh, I gave away that. Fantastic. Listen to how the language has created this capacity, right? And there's all sorts of nuance. Okay, sorry. Go ahead and do the next verbs.
Crino, ecrina, kekrika, kekrimai, ekrisen. To separate, decide, or judge.
Yeah.
And apokrinumai, apekrinamin, apokekraima. Okay, apokekrimai, to answer.
Yeah, so look at, you're going to take that krino, right, to judge, kind of figure something out, separate things. In other words, you're separating things into good piles and shit piles, right? So that's the krino. What is it when you add apo to it? What is that apo? Okay, it's adding
It's not like away, like
yeah, exactly. Away, something back, right? Something that's in return. You're deciding in return. You're answering. Okay. Well, ultimately, it gets into their mind as answering. But I want you to pay attention to how these verbs are being formed, because it's not always exactly what you'd think. They'll take a tangent. You'll be like, oh, that's because they're all around goats all the time or something. You know what I mean? Okay. Krites is now your judge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you get that? Okay, good. What is lupe?
Lupe, pain, grief.
Good. Nice adverb, mala, very. Conjunction, mechri, as long as or until. We're going to see how that's used with heos, same thing. What is it? Nosos.
Nosos. So, sickness.
A sickness. A sickness? Oh, God. Has anybody studied the medical side? There's so much. Right? Look at what they're nosos. Epic and Ionian. Not Dorian. Huh. Nusos. Nusos, right? And that thing's from Cyrene, that little Berlin thing that they quote there's Cyrene, which is North Africa, right? Love it. You can see some of the history of the word right there. Anybody see any Hebrew? No, I don't see any Hebrew. You're never going to. Sickness, disease, plague. Focus on plague,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
Because that's how it's going to, like when you see this, you want to translate it as just disease, right?
Yeah.
That's the knee jerk reaction. But in the apocalypse, for example, you're going to be seeing the production of plague, right? So there's
Production
this
of
whole history.
madness.
There's this whole history behind this thing. I'm sorry, I interrupted. Go ahead.
Oh, I said production of madness.
Yeah. Oh, you look at you're already at the end. Good.
Sorry.
Disease. You jump to the dessert like that, right? Just get me there, right?
My bad.
That's beautiful, though. What do you think of that?
It's,
Caused by madness.
mm, well, if you have a disease, then you'd be in anguish. Yeah.
Yes. Like a vampire. Look at that.
Mm.
The disease
Strain
of
though.
the disease of
That
your brain, which is
was a
that we looked that word up, right? That was the
what was that again?
diaphragm. It's that
Mm.
area where you have the thought thinking that
Yeah.
you do. It's, I think, the closest that we have is like gut feeling or something like that. But it's where you're centered, it's where your thought comes from.
Mm.
And if you mess that thing up, you get madness and there's mania. Look at that. Look what it's in the environment of. This word is found in the environment of mania. And what is lusode? That's the Lissa is the madness that you get when you are a dog and you start foaming at the mouth, and you tear people apart around you. That's Lissa.
Mm.
So they were very, very familiar with that disease. And if you could get that foam from a dog, it's apparently a curative. But notice they put love there. Wait a minute. They've got mania, frenzy, and love all in the same. What is love? Here's your
Mm.
definition of love. You didn't know you were going to get such a nice thing.
Aphrodite.
Yeah. It's the disease of Aphrodite. It's the plague of Aphrodite. And what's funny is they're going to quote their Euripides Hippolytus, right?
Mm.
Which is the same work that talks about Christ sex Christing to seduce a young man for a stepwoman. We're talking about like a 35-year-old woman with an ugly 80-year-old husband. He's been out with the nymphs spreading his seed, right? And oh God, his stepwife is only 35. So she needs some sex drugs to drug this kid and do her thing. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Can, can you? That's caused by the disease of Aphrodite.
Mm.
Love it. Love it. Look at number 3, Bane. Just Bane. Like I'm serious. Like it's not even like medically a disease, right? It still is in the Greek mind.
Yeah.
But just that mischief, just that bane is a form of disease. And you think I'm joking, but when they describe love in antiquity, they will do so as if it is a pathological state. So a person who is suffering from it can be in exhibiting specific symptoms, right, that are both mental and physical for them.
Yeah.
So they would describe it. What do these symptoms cause? And, how is it dangerous? Does it become dangerous? At what point do you go out and get a sex drug for your drive? I mean, look at his mother's going nuts. Not his mother, his stepmother's going nuts, right? What can she do? She can get a sex drug and give it to him so that she can be fulfilled and stop suffering. right? She needs that which is going to break her fever, right? I mean, that's how they talk about it,
Wow.
right? Oh, God. It's ridiculous. You wouldn't think that's all there, but it is.
Yeah, it is. It's everywhere.
Yeah. It's like it's a part of nature or something. You know what I mean? Look, sex is a part of nature, and you can either
Yeah.
do it right and go through the rites and be educated, or you can end up flubbing your life and, just jumping in, right? None of us have the education or.
Do the race or flub your life.
There you go. There you go. Oida. I know we're going to learn that new verb, but look at this.
Oida, yeah.
When you add soon to it, right? That's your with. What are you
Yeah.
doing when you know with someone?
With knowing. Oh,
Yeah.
be aware. Nice.
Yeah, soon oida. Soon oida. That's not. Look, we can't stop there. Do you think this word means anything else? I hope they. All right. I'm anticipating. Oh God. Seriously, people. To look at this, to know something about a person, especially as a potential witness. All right. Test of work. Well, how do we get into legal shit with this? Right? Oh God. To know something about a thing. Look at number 2. To share the knowledge of something with somebody. To be implicated in it or privy to it. That's kind of a neat angle, right? It seems to have a lot of support. Look, good old Plato himself is supporting it using it that way. That's nice, but it goes Herodotus, right, all the way down to the Acts of the Epistles. I wonder if the dumb shit biblical scholars would like to argue that the Bible is written in a vacuum because their authors are using it the same way that Euripides is using it, just like they're using the Christ the same way. Oh, God. I want to know well. This is fantastic. Okay, back to the. Get out of here, little screen. I'm going to have to do this.
There's more on the next page, I think.
Is there more?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Where'd my book go? There it is. Yes. Go ahead. Words.
Oligos, olige, oligon, little or few.
What do we get in English? Oligosaccharides.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's sugars with a few something. I don't know what the
Okay.
few is, but okay. Pren.
Prim. Before, until. Proteros, protera, proteron, former, superior. Proteron, the adverb, is before or earlier. Husteros, hustera, husteron, later. Husteron, the adverb is also later. Hustatos, hustate, and hustaton is the last. And chronos, chronon, time.
Yeah, what's as we're saying it, chronos, which is how I was taught it, but it's chronos. How are we defining this thing? And in case you're wondering, you're supposed to confer with Amen. God damn it!
Yeah, tell me. I was gonna say Kairos. Sorry, I was reading that.
Nice. Here's that murios, right? That murios. So that what kind of time? What are we talking about? We're talking about quantities with time, right? We can be. Look at B. Time in the abstract. Ameris, chronos, right? That which doesn't have any limits. right? It's just the unlimited concept. It's conceptual. A definite time period. You can oh God. You can talk about all sorts of different types of periods, triads and dyads, decads and enneads. Notice, see, it's a year.
Mm.
Yeah. It's that Greek year. Ptolemy, smarty. Ptolemy is a smarty. Look what he did. He made it the equatorial degree. Now, and notice these are, I don't know about Paul, but I know this is an astrological codex.
Mm.
So, okay, we got a bunch of astrologers making it an equatorial degree. I don't know. I mean, I know I can look on a globe and see what the equatorial degrees are, but I'm not quite sure why those represent time. What does that mean? I don't even get that. Do you get that?
Mm. No.
Yeah. I think we're missing something,
Yeah.
right? It's chronic. There's
Chronic.
12 houses. I
Chronological.
know that. Once you get into the science,
yeah.
there's 12 houses, and you're moving through all of those through time, and oh God, it's so devilish.
All the degrees and all that is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And
The
as soon as
progressions.
yes, yes, right. Oh God, and in Greek it uses terms, and I'm like, what? That's not what this means. Those fucking astrologers are. Oh, they're going to town with the Greek. They're going
Yeah.
to town with it. They're really they give her the capacity to stretch her legs. That's what they do, just to really sprint. So you can see interval keeps coming up.
Interval. Yeah, that's a
Time.
good one.
Yeah, yeah. Look at S or ace. That's ace, shortened form of ace. S chronon, into time, means from this point forward.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You're going to find this stuff. You're going to be out there and you're going to be like, hupo chrono. It's like, what is that? Under or by the time? By the lapse of time. Okay. So you're talking about a lapse. Letting the time flow. And look, your context will help you out a lot, but it's not going to help you do things like this because you didn't know when the book said chronos is time. You didn't know it actually means an age.
Yeah.
When we talk about the palaioi, we're talking about those ancients. We're talking about an age. So that time is really, okay, season or portion of the year. Seriously? Let's just stick with the grammar. Look at the grammar. This is your word for the tense of a verb. How do you like that?
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. And way down at the bottom, music. So they always come back to music somehow in all of these.
Ah,
Love it.
that's cool.
It's all being divided up. Your time's being divided up into the rhythm. Oh,
Yeah.
God. They were really. What do you think about that? That's a little bit
Yeah, that
bigger
makes
view of
sense.
Chronos.
Hmm.
Did you like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I did.
If we had 10 weeks, we would sit here for hours and go over these words, but we don't. And I'm going to show you really quick, though. I want you to use this site from now on
Okay.
when you get a
Oh,
chance.
yeah, I have that one saved on my phone.
You guys probably have been all the way through this kind of stuff before, but there he is with his 12
This guy,
houses.
Mr. Ion.
Yeah, yeah. You like that? Who's the Serpentine?
Yeah,
He
no.
and his consort, the Serpentine goddess Ananke. Oh, get me off his page and take me to hers, right?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, I want to see more of that.
right. Here she is. They don't do if I remember properly, they don't do much with her, which was really
Yeah.
making me mad because she's huge in the Orphic side. She's all part of it. There she is with her wings. You knew that Eros had wings, right? The devil Eros has wings. Well, there she's one of those golden winged generation. It's an old generation. So, of course, she is the lover of Ion, right?
Yeah.
Oh God, they're both winged, and it's golden. Look, splitting the constituent parts of Gaia and Uranus.
Mm.
Ah, love it. It's so all there. I'm telling you something. I was reading. Let me just share this with you.
Okay.
And then I want to take a short break and we'll get back to it. We'll get there. But I was just you're not going to get this experience elsewhere. I was just reading this morning. It wasn't last night, it was this morning. I woke up, I started my morning workout because I always, my body is becoming active, I activate my mind too. So I read some Greek, right, just
Yeah.
to get me up and going. And this morning, I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I found yet another fucking author that I haven't seen in 35 plus fucking years. And anyway, he's writing about basically phenomenon in history. Phenoms in history is what it is. And he talks about Medea. And he says, look, here's the thing. I'm going to have it on tomorrow. But he says, here's what Medea was doing. They talk about her this way in the myth, right? And this is what she's actually doing. He talks about her fumigating, influencing people's minds, right? Getting
Yeah.
them to, he says it's a medical thing, right? She's just advanced in the medicine. The reason it's all a secret, the mystery is a secret, is because it's a physician's secret, right? She doesn't want other people doing this shit. It's hers within her right, right? Oh, God. I
Yeah.
was like, oh, this stuff is yummy, right? Those sources are out there, and you're going to pick up little nuances of those sources from these basic lexical searches. When you look at Chronos and you're sitting there trying
Yeah.
to figure them out, just trying to look at some of the contact points that you've got, right?
Okay.
Like, oh, look, Chronos is also mentioned with Ananke or something, right? Look up Ananke and be able to follow those leads so that you get a conception of what is in the Greek speaking mind
Yeah.
when they're writing all this stuff, because this is the stuff that's in the air and that they're pulling out. The same author is telling us, again, this is not one of the sources that I used, but it's another Greek who's telling us, look, dragons are not fucking dragons, you morons, right? They're temple guardians. They're adjuncts to the temples. They do
Yeah.
specific things, right? It's another one of those people who's trying to explain and talk about who started these rites and where were they? Who was Heracles really? Right?
Yeah.
Where did he rule and where did he come from? Where are his descendants, right? Chimera. He says what the fuck is wrong with people? You got to make a monster. Right? He says they call her Chimera because she was a pirate. She was a fucking trafficker. And she had two men that were leading her group that worked with her, that facilitated everything. Right? And then he describes the men, and this is why they call her the hybrid of that lion and that dragon, right? This is the people who are with her. What's going on? Is there a serpent involved? Yes, right? It's amazing for people to be able to see what is, what you don't understand about the text. It's going in the text, but we can pick it up from these words. Okay, get off my
Yeah.
tear. And we need to read and do some exercises, and I want to
Yeah.
start off. Let's start off with that Aristophanes. Please teach me Aristophanes in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going, forging forward. I'm gonna screen share and we learn. Oh, did I already screen share? Boom. Oh, okay. Let's go back to the beginning of the chapter, and I want you to. We're gonna be looking at some adverbs, and I just want you to notice. You there, Madeline?
Yeah.
I just want you to notice how much easier this is, right? Because those are not going to change, right? They're not going to be so drastically ridiculous. Here's your positive degree, dikaios, right? Oh, it's justly. Do something justly. It looks like the word just, doesn't it? It's got the root in there. Dikaioteron, more justly. More
Okay.
justly.
Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
Notice that it's the neuter accusative singular. Okay. That's the form you use. Have you noticed that they treat neuters a little bit different?
Yeah.
Yeah. So neuters can very differently express the action of a verb. They can create an adverb. So dikai alteron, more justly, in the superlative dikai otata, the most
Coyote.
most just. Oh, you say this one, Sophos. Do that one.
Mm. Sophoteron. Sophotata.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and because you're putting the omicron next to the omega, you're
Yeah.
you're wanting to distinguish. I hear it. You're wanting to get that out.
Sophteron.
Right.
Sophoteron. Okay.
Exactly. There you go. Saphoteron. Yeah.
Softron.
Yeah. Yeah. I drift back and forth between my omicron and my omega. I shouldn't do it, but I do. Truly, alethos. Alethos becomes alethesteron.
Alethestra.
Rather truly.
Mm.
Rather truly. And when you see that, you're seeing the root primarily.
Yeah.
I think there was a graduate student in classics that I had a complete and total crush on. And she was Alida. She was based on this true root in her name. I loved it. Hey Deos. Nothing ever happened, right? I just walked around with a crush on her. Hey Deos.
Hedeos. Hedion. Hedista.
Exactly. Yeah. More pleasantly, most pleasantly. Okay, so comparative. Right, let's do the Greek. Read this Greek line down here. And they're going to
Okay.
be genitive of comparison is what's being emphasized. Go ahead.
Okay. Aristophanes tois politais Sophoteron Euripidu Sunable Bull Sunable Sunabuleuin.
Good. Sunebulewin. Good. Sunebulewin. When
Sunabuleuin.
when you're slipping like that with pronunciation, just stare at the accent and read it that way.
Yeah,
Eu,
that's my go-to.
yeah.
Oh,
Eu
yeah.
ripido. Eu
Euripidu. Okay.
ripido.
All right.
Right? Those Europeans will say you there.
Yeah.
They'll say you, and I curse
Eir,
them for their pronunciation. Oh God,
eir,
who knows if it's right or not? No, genitive. You were talking
euripidu.
about your genitive of comparison, so translate that for me.
Okay. Um, Aristophanes used to advise the citizens more wisely than Euripides.
Yeah. Now than Euripides is your genitive
Then
of
that's
comparison.
I see.
Yeah, it's in the genitive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good. Genitive is always has something to do with groups. You're
Okay.
taking one group out of another, basically, when you make a genitive of comparison. Read this one again.
Which one?
Oh, at the top of page 550.
Okay. Sorry, I was writing something down.
544.
Hodemos Irenein epoiesato hostikaiotata. The people made peace as justly as possible.
Good. Hostikai otata.
Ikaiotata.
Yeah. Hostikai otata. As justly. Host. Does it sound like Hoss as much as something, right? Hoss. You got to remember that. Somehow pound that shit into your brain. The Hoss plus that adverb is going to give it to you in the as much as possible. I hate to,
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, how are you going to remember this, right? You just,
There's a lot of hosses.
uh-huh. Uh-huh. Adverbs love it, don't they?
Yeah. Yep.
These alternative forms, alethesteros, dikaioteros, will be easily recognized in reading. Oh, God, don't please stop. Okay, some irregular comparison of adjectives. So now we're going back to adjectives from adverbs, but on this page, 544, at the bottom, just look at the chart. We've got your positive agathos, your comparative amenon, and your superlative aristos. And those don't look like each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Irregular. Yeah.
Right? Okay, but guess what? Now watch this. I'm going to show you some magic of Mother Greek.
Okay.
You bitches don't deserve this, right? None of us do. Look how gorgeous she is. Now, agathos is good. There's your adjective, good. But you have other comparatives. You have beltion that is associated with agathos. That's better. And beltistos, the best. You mean you can say something is amenon better and beltion better? Yes, and you better know which is which. Because the beltion is talking about what we define here. I mean, it's the best we can do. Morality, morally speaking, it's better.
Okay.
Right? Whereas amenon is just better in its ability. Right?
Okay.
That one works better. It's amenon, right? Right? But that girl is better. You're going to use a form of beltion. Right? She is that form. Wait a minute. Is there one more? Oh God. Kraton. And the superlative kratistos. You say that so it enters your memory too. Kratistos.
Kratistos. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good in the sense of something that's stronger, right? Better and best. Notice it's still better and best. But when you got the krat root, you're really talking about strength.
Yeah.
You're talking about strength. Strength, moral superiority, and performance superiority. That's what you're talking about. And all of that comes in the kingdom of agathos. Do you feel like you're talking to them now?
Yeah.
Why are they so concerned? Oh, goddamn that thing on the top. Why are they so concerned with that moral goodness? Aren't these the people that are lawless without Moses' commandments? And aren't these people sitting around? No, right? These are the people who are writing the morality. Look at agathos. Can you see agathos?
Yes.
Oh, in Laconian, Look, we just found out where you're from.
Mm.
I want you to look up Laconian. In Laconian, it's Agathos with a sigma.
Sauce, yeah.
Our
Yeah.
Cypriot is going to use Azathos.
Thank you.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
I'm sorry I burned these stupid breads because I couldn't tell.
Oh,
Amanda,
Amanda.
your mic is hot.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. guys.
yeah, yeah. Put that in your short cruise. Oh God, love it. No, that was a good short today. Don't worry about the fact that it was dwelling upon a mistake and being corrected because it wasn't my incapacity that was being
No.
featured. It was the fact that Maddalena was able to use it and to correct me. That is what is that, yeah, that's priceless. People are going to make mistakes, it doesn't matter how long you've been out there.
I was
But
saying that it's a sign of how good a teacher you are, you know?
you think so?
For sure.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
I appreciate that, guys. That means a lot to me. And thank you for the fact that it's even out there, that we were all given the opportunity to do this. I was just sitting there this morning playing the music from this group that I can't tell you who they are, post metal. Oh, God, it's gorgeous. And listening to it and thinking, how goddamn fortunate am I? This band was influenced by Lady Babylon, binged watched it, and wrote songs and created this beautiful album. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. I can't wait till this summer, dude. I mean, we have to, people, we have to all meet out there or something. It has to be some
Yeah, you
kind
have
of,
to tell us where and when. We'll be there.
yeah, and I'm just waiting, Maddalena, until they give me the okay. The publicist, they have tells them, yeah, now you can do it,
Cool.
and I'll start mentioning their name. You won't be able to get access to the album yet, but it's coming. It's due to be released shortly. Right? Well, anyway, back to Agathos. Let's keep our eyes on the prize here. Good gracious, it's gorgeous. Share. Okay. Here's that Agathos, that well-born. What is this? I hate this. Okay. Well-born or gentle. Did you think that good, Maddalena, when I told you Agathos means good? Did you think well-born?
No.
No. No, I don't think well-born either when I hear the word good. What about gentle?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe you can feel a little bit of that in there. Okay.
Valiant, yeah, brave.
Yeah. Now, wait a minute. Before you get all excited, it's going to take a turn.
Yeah.
In political
Ruth.
sense, it's the aristocrats, right? The aristoi.
Mm.
Those are the people who are best in your society.
Oh yeah, well born.
Oh shit! I thought it was going to go. What is going on, right? Okay. How about number 2? Brave, valiant. Those are different words and different concepts in English.
Yeah.
Right? But courage is attributed to chiefs and nobles, and it looks awfully feminine, lacking there. It's not. Right?
Yeah.
It's not at all. We're talking about feminine, we're talking about women rulers too.
Yeah.
Right? You and I call them queens, they call them the Wanasai. Anyway, good, capable in reference to your ability. See how the comparatives are kind of coming out here? You're going to see all sides of the diamond. Number 4, good in a moral sense. And look whenever you see that, look where are they getting it? Heraclitus? Oh shit. If it's with Heraclitus, it's going to be permeating all the intellectual stuff that's going on.
Mm.
Theogonus, Democritus. Okay, fine. Fine. Look at that number 6, the daimon. The good
I can't see
daimon.
it.
Oh, you can't see number 6?
Oh, yeah, I can see it. Never mind. I was looking at the other direction.
Down below.
Yeah.
The good daimon.
Mm.
Yeah. Notice they put 2K up there.
Oh, yeah.
Your good 2K. And who is the good God? Right here. Right. Who is the good God? You think that's a dude, don't you? You must, right? God is good. Fuck that. No, it's a female Bonadea.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, they have a festival to Bonadea where they get together in Rome and all of the ladies bring their wands. And we here on the outside of the temple, we hear a bunch of, let me tell you what we hear. It's the noises of groaning. It's groaning together as a group. It's like a giant. Look, we've been trying to get in. We sent a couple dudes in there. They always catch them and kill them. So that's Bonadea. It's got an edge. Her worship has an edge. It's openly sexual. Woman with woman sexual in a group. So group lesbian practices. But they're not really lesbian,
Yeah.
right? It's almost like think of community health.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Okay. Anyway, that's the good God, right? Right. They're the ones that named her. The ladies are the ones that named her. So don't look at me, right? They won't even let us in. Agathon to. Look what happens when you turn it just into its own little substantive. The good, the blessing, or the benefit. The good, the blessing, or the benefit. It. Okay. It's not as simple as we may think in one little word. How about the next
Yeah.
one? Kakos.
Kakos.
Go through those. Give me the comparative and superlative of these.
Kakion. Kakistos. Keron. Keristos. And Heton. Hekista?
Yeah. Heikista. Good.
Hekist. Yeah.
Yeah.
Worst. Weaker. Least.
Weaker. And then we get these moral, more bad with respect to morality.
Mm.
But look, they got it in both kakion and heron. So what's the possibility that you have when you come across these two in the future? You know you're going to translate them both as worse, right?
Yeah.
And the first 50 times you translate them, you just do it generally as worse. And then on the 51st time, you'll notice that there's a slight difference contextually. And you'll be like, oh, I see. This one has more to do with whether or not the person can actually be able to do it. They're worse in that sense.
Yeah.
You'll be like, oh, I get it. That's why it's hate on. Okay, cool. That's no skin off anybody's back. Megas, maid zone, and megistos, great, greater, and greatest. Megistos looks like greatest, right? You
Yeah.
noticing that istos, they're all elahistos, the fewest.
Yeah.
Pleistos, the most. Raistos, the easiest. Tachistos, the swiftest.
Hmm.
Yeah. Istos were in the
Nice.
area of the superlative. The comparatives, you can't really do it. It doesn't like flow as nicely because
Mm.
look at elaton for something that has fewer of something or less is less than something. Elaton. It's ending, there are verbs that are just fucking participles that have that ending. Right? There's alpha, um, uh, stems that are going to go ahead and have a deepened omega. When every goddamn subjunctive is going to have that deeper vowel. So they don't really have their own nice pattern that just works out musically. But keep your eye on those istos.
Okay.
Istos, that's good.
Yeah.
Rayon. Look at raidios means easy.
Raidios.
Yeah.
What a word.
Yeah. It's got the basic meaning of the flow in it. Raidios. Raya rea. Rea. What is the rea? That's the lady. That's the lady who is the flow of the universe. Right? So there's a slight where you're going to notice there's tugs between roots.
Yeah.
Right? That you're going to pick up and you're going to say, "Oh, there's similarities here." I just want you to notice it. I don't want you to write a paper about it or anything, right? Just notice that it's there. And you're going to see this over time. Let's do the difficult verb oida, to know, right? It just like Amy to go or Amy to be. Oida is a very common verb that's just going to have these forms. Oida, I know. Oyster, you know it. You know. Oida, he, she, it knows. Right? Look at the plurals. What happens to them? Vowels change. Eastman, Easte, Eastasi. We're dropping that first Omicron. Right? Okay. You just have to memorize this one. Oida, oyster, ide, Eastman, Easte, Eastasi. Right? And then if you're in the intensive program for 10 weeks at a university, they come in and they make every day you got to take a fucking quiz at the beginning of class. I used to hate it. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Why? Dude, what? And it's all vocabulary in these forms. And you got to write out these forms. You don't know them. Go sit in the fucking hallway and learn them. That's what you have to do, right? So, yeah, we got to figure out some way to drill that into the 4-week course. Oh, learn these forms, right? Oida. Okay, I know. Here's its subjunctive, eido, right? Plus its perfect optative active. Seriously? Eidein. Look at the endings. Figure that out. Ea and eas, ea, eamon, ite, ian. Right? That's not a jump. Here's its pluperfect. Just realize you're going to get a pluperfect. Right?
Okay.
No problem. Here's the imperative, isti. No. Hey, you, figure it the fuck out. Isti. Right? If I'm addressing you, I say isti. If I'm addressing your voices, I say iste. Right? Know something. Right? Let that turd know it. Isto. Let them all know it. Iston. Love it. You mostly just see this in the second person singular. Isti. Right? And it's usually before somebody starts threatening somebody else. Right?
Yeah. Sounds like that.
Yeah. Who gave these guys all of that Satyrian? Now they're walking around with erections and nothing to do, right? They're going to kill each other eventually. After about 12 hours of constant satyriasis, you're talking about the mental states that these people are going. This is one thing I want to show the world, that maybe the tours, right, that will be happening. Think about it for a minute and just think about the satyr. And what is a satyr? Do we have one? No. A satyr is a dude who has been 14 hours into a constant erection, and now it's affecting him mentally, right? And he's having entering an ecstatic place that you can do with the male human body if you have the right chemicals.
Yeah.
So you can induce this state. These mental states are all part of the religion. And that's what that author was saying this morning, was that it's not. Medea is using. She said you gotta realize it's using fumigations within medicine, and this is a Greek, right, explaining it to his own people, right? Love it. Oh God, it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. Do you like that stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the inspiring.
Mhm.
Here's your perfect participle, right? Eidos, eidwia, eidos. Eidos, eidwia, eidos. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yes. And look, they go into their genitives like those third declension, eidos, eidotos, right?
Mhm.
Okay. We're going to get to temporal clauses now. I want to do a little more temporal. I think the easiest way to learn these is just to say, show me, right?
Yeah.
But I want you to see that heos is going to have tacked on to it that while as well as the as long as. Okay, it's in. They'll show you the nuances, but we can also come to the place that it has to switch from as long as to until. How do we know? What's the difference, right?
Yeah.
Okay, look at the past indicative. Let's just look at it in the Greek. Emachomen. I was engaging in combat. Mechri or heos.
Mhm.
Enikesa. Until I won. Do you see how that works?
Yeah.
Until the point that I enikesa.
Hmm.
I was fighting until I won. Mechri heos. Both of them. Use them both that way. Okay. Now
Yeah.
look at it. Emachomen. I was fighting. Mechri heos. We'll just figure out how to use it. Enikon. Yeah. I was fighting as long as during the same period as Enikon. I was winning.
Okay.
The aorist until I won.
Mhm.
The imperfect as long as I was winning.
Yeah.
So you see how the chronos of the verb affects the prepositions, or sorry, the words mechri and heos, excuse me. Notice any other word that is being altered by the verb. Notice that you thought here, I thought you're probably going to say Enikon is being governed by mechri. No, it's not. Mechri is functioning in this world that's trying to explain to you temporally while one thing is going on, something happened, right? And all they're doing is saying what happens when you change the chronos of the verb from the aorist to the imperfect. Okay. Fantastic. Let's look at using a subjunctive. Mahumai mechri an nikesomen. Yeah. I will engage in battle. Mechri heos. Okay, we're going to figure out how to do it. Then with the subjunctive plus on.
Yeah.
Nikao. Aorist subjunctive there, right? I will fight. Are you gonna how are you gonna choose here? Let's try it. Let's try as long as. Does it seem to work with as long as? I will fight as long as we know. It doesn't work until. You just got to memorize it. When you're using mekri or heos and you're in a subjunctive, switch it to until. It's like it becomes like something that's going to change the direction of the narrative. Right? Mahumai. Okay. Whew. Okay. Mahumai, I will fight. Mechri heos. On intautha mineta. On intautha mineta.
Hmm.
What is the mineta? What is it?
Minute. Uh, here, right?
It's a.
Verb.
Is it a present? Is it a present or an aorist subjunctive? I want you to go
Oh,
because you're not seeing it. Go to the back of the book. First one there wins.
no.
Okay. No, yeah. Look it up. Look up minnow. Dun, 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 and tell me.
Remain, stay. Yeah.
Yes, it does, but I want you to tell me if it's an aorist or if it's a present. Which one is it? By looking at its entry in on
I think
page
it's present.
784.
Yeah. I think it's present, right?
Excellent. Present subjunctive.
Yeah.
Right? I
Mhm.
will fight as long as you remain here. Right. Do you
Remain.
see what happens when you mess
Oh,
with
sorry.
when you're switching between your times, your tenses? Right? What happens to the verb all of a sudden? I shall fight until we win is very different from I shall fight as long as you do something.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
continuous action.
Yeah.
It's aspect. We are looking at the aspect of the verb assert itself. And that's what we expect in the subjunctive anyway, right? We expect that accent and not the time, right? We're not getting any time here. We're getting aspect,
Yeah.
whether it's continuous or in the bottom or whether it's a singular event. So that's how you can tell. Don't you love it?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Temporal clauses introduced by Pren. Here's another one
Mhm.
introduced by Pren. The conjunction Pren
Cool.
can introduce both an infinitive and a finite verb. You're going to see it with both. Do you see what we're doing? I'm not explaining to you what verbs are. I'm not
Yeah.
explaining to you what adverbs do, right? I'm not explaining to you. All I'm doing is I'm adding. I'm adding things that you're going to see in the language. You're going to use this word pren sometimes. Pren plus the infinitive.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see how it works with the infinitive. Pren introducing an infinitive means before. The infinitive, remember, these are all temporals. The infinitive is the theme of this fucking day today, Chronos. I think it is.
It
The
seems to be.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
The
It's a little creepy.
astro weather.
Temporal
Mm.
clauses, no?
It's Saturnian, baby. It's Saturnian. Means before. The infinitive may have an accusative subject. The main clause is usually not negated. Okay, so let's just see the Greek. Read that Greek for me, please.
Edidaxin tous politas pren apelthein. He taught the citizens before going away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're using our infinitive, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And look how we have to express it in English. We're actually going to have to turn it into a little participle here, right? He's going to be going
Going.
away,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
right? Literally, it's just the infinitive with prin before to depart.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how
I
they're.
was just
That's
thinking.
how. That's how they're
Before to
thinking
go
about
away.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He
I love
taught the citizens before to depart. Okay, fine. Before he went away. Good. Angele te nikain. He will announce. That's a future. Oh God. He will announce the victory. te pole, to the city, and then we get our chronic phrase, prin tus kerukas elfein.
Elthania. Hmm.
Before,
Before the heralds come. Yeah.
yeah, before the heralds to come. Before the heralds come, just recognize that tus kerukas, those heralds, they're now in the accusative case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before. Good. So you can do it that way, or you can just use prin plus a finite verb. Right? It governs the same constructions as mechri and heos.
Hmm.
Past indicative or on and the subjunctive. Let's look at some examples just to see
Yeah.
what the hell they're talking about. Read that one, the top one.
Okay. Tus politas epaiduse
No,
prento.
British, out with the
I'm sorry.
British lady. Stop
Help,
it.
help me.
Epaideuse. Epaideuse.
Epaideus. Okay. Prento biblion eprapsen. Egrapsen. Ugh.
Yeah. Look, notice when you went for the accent. You just said it naturally. Egrapsen. Good.
Egrapsen. Yeah. He did not educate the citizens until he wrote the book. Okay.
Until he wrote the book.
Mm.
Until the time that he wrote the book. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous, right? You
Yeah.
can do that. Egrapsen. Again, notice the aspect of your egrapsen,
Yeah.
right? He
Mm-hmm.
wrote. It's a single action. It's done. It's a point in time. It's done. Right? What happens when you throw things, right? Use the on, right? And bring us to the subjunctive. He will not educate by deus eu tus politas, the citizens, pren, until
Until
grapse. Yeah. Grapse. He writes the book. It is stopping the time flow there, right? That tenses aspect is stopping time. And it's causing your little conjunction prin to turn into that until, that stopping point. I love it. I love it.
it also feels like an unless, you know.
He will not educate the citizens. Yeah, unless he writes the book. Here's the problem. Why is it not an unless?
Well, because it's a print.
Yeah, it's chronic, right?
Uh-huh.
Prin is chronic, not causal.
Yeah.
You've got participles that can do that for you. You
Right.
don't need to fuck with your chronic meters like prin
Yeah.
and heos.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. This next one I hate. I absolutely hate this. Attraction of the relative pronoun in the case of its antecedent. Because remember, we said relative pronouns like this first example they give you. This is how you're supposed to use them. Hoi stratiotai, the soldiers, axioi asi, they are worthy, tonathlon, of prizes, ha, which the citizens give, right?
Yeah.
Which the citizens give. Look at that nice present. Oh, you weren't expecting that form, right? Anyway, look at the ha. It is in its case, and it's in its gender and number according to its antecedent. That's the athlon. Okay. So that's why it's its gender and number, but it's its case from what it's doing in its own clause, right? It's the thing that's being given. Which things, right? The
Mm-hmm.
citizens give. So, what happens with this thing called attraction? For some reason, this little relative, will want to take on the case of what has come before it, what its
Okay.
antecedent is. We don't know why. It's just attracted. You can't explain it. You're just born that way. You know what I mean? That's the way it is. And this one does it. Look, it attracts to the case. It should still be the accusative here, the hon, right? It's still the objects which the citizens give, which things the citizens give. It's supposed to be an accusative, but it's not. It's in a genitive because it's got too much of an affinity for ton athlon. So it's going to turn itself into hon.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know why you would want to do this because it breaks rules. This relative has to obey the rules of case. It just has to, or it's not going to work in its construction. What was it that was so important about this form that it has to change? You're not going to be able to answer that. You may say, oh, well, it's because, look, they look alike. No, that's just coincidental, right? For this one, they don't always have to, right? Because of different declensions, those genitives don't have to have the same forms. They won't, right? Oh, God. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Uh,
I mean, how are you
just
going to, what are you going to blame this on? It's an attraction that just causes this thing to look like a genitive when it has nothing to do with the genitive. So it's a little bit, yeah.
that's annoying.
It's annoying. It is definitely annoying because I guarantee you, no, I guarantee you, you're not going to remember this, right? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen often enough for it to be something you regularly assume, right?
Okay.
So you're going to see relatives that have been attracted into a different case, and it's going to screw up your translation, and you're going to curse at it. This is what graduate students in Greek curse about because they'll get embarrassed in front of a professor, and they'll be like, "Oh, why is it in this case?" And they'll be like, "Oh, I don't know. It shouldn't be." Right? Right?
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, "Oh shit! Look at the example that I've got on my page. Ook hepsomai. Why is that ook become an ook? Because look, what's following it is rough breathing.
Mhm.
Love it. Ook.
Nice.
So
That's
run them
cool.
together. We're trying to run those together. Uhechom, uhepsomai.
I like that.
Yeah, love it. I shall not. I will not. It's a future. I will not follow tutoi toi hegemony. I'm not going to follow
Toy,
this
toy,
person who's
toy.
leading, right? Hon pimpete, whom you sinned. Now look, there it's in the case that it's supposed to be. Here it's going to switch. It's going to mean the same thing. But you're going to try to translate this as to or for whom
Yeah.
pimpete you sinned. That's what you're going to try to do because that's what you should do. Right? But be ready for this. It's just like I don't know, it's like the army manual has turned into like hey, watch out for booby traps, right? This is like the, yeah. Okay, let's go. Let's take our final break. And
Okay.
I just want to see. Oh, God. Look at this sentence here. I knew there were some goodies in here. Look at this. The omission of the antecedent of the relative is frequent. Oh, God. Are you shitting me? Then how the hell do I know? Esti hostis tuton timai. Estin hostis. There is someone who timai honors tuton. This guy. Right? There is
Yeah.
someone. who the hell? Seriously? Right? Where's my antecedent? It's just not there. But don't worry, you can still translate it because the Greek makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Because you can translate estin as he, she, or it is, or what seems to be way more common, there is. There is. Uk estin. There is not. Host is
Yeah.
some fucking person, right, who honors this guy. There is not anything about which periholtos. Right? Oh, there's your subject. Okay, let's keep going. And you're going to notice that we are at the end. We have come to the end. Wait, I want to show you before you jump. And we forgot to do Aristophanes, so we're doing him
Yeah.
when we get back. But I want you to notice material wise, you have broken through to page 8 gazillion, and you're now doing the final unit. And
Yeah.
you have managed to pack 2 units into one class each time we've done it, right? We could finish the class right now material wise. And
Yeah.
before we go on break, let me ask you this. Knowing now that you are that close to being done with all the material, look at how quickly you assimilated it. You just did that relative thing. Where's your mind at? Just give me a little, you know.
Mhm. I still have a lot to retain, I think. It'll just take some time and reading to understand. And if I don't understand, I can definitely like look back and be like, what does that, what does this mean if I forgot? But um I don't know, these it's nice to have all the charts in the back too to refer to. And
Now you
but
see
to
the
understand the
value.
concepts are and have them laid out in the way that you explain them is really helpful because when I was reading the oh, where's it at? I mean, even the first time you were explaining temporal clauses, I was like, what the fuck is that? You know, I'm like, how do I wrap my brain around this? But then it's like, okay, it unfolds, and then I'm like, okay, it's just a
Yeah.
categorizing the different, structures, and I can understand that.
Yeah. Yeah. And now you've got a perspective on that appendix because now if when you start translating next week, when you start translating and you're in a text and you're saying, okay, this is nice, I like it, I'm going to do I'm going to do 20 sentences. I'm just going to do 20
Mhm.
sentences,
Yeah.
right? Um, I want you to uh, know that you've got that appendix there to look back quickly. You're like, oh shit, you're going to forget Tithamy and his stem. You're going to forget those forms, what they look like.
Yeah.
And when you do, they're in that appendix. You can brush through it really quick and
Yeah.
boom. Because your retention is not going to be. There's no way under the pressure of 4 weeks. There's no way that your retention is going to be at 100%.
Right.
Things are going to leak.
I think it's really good that I really studied the first half, like really hard, and then the second half was like, okay, now they are layers, to add. So that was good.
And you know how to go back now
Hmm.
and say, um, I see how this is built. The structure, the
Yeah.
very reason that you could correct me, the very reason, because now you know how the structure works. Oh, okay, yeah. You're gonna forget some of your fucking comparatives. You're gonna be like, oh,
Yeah.
Deltion, what was that better?
I was,
Was it good or was it, and you're gonna go back and look and you're gonna check them. But I want this to not be something that you do intentionally. Like, okay, now I'm going to go sit down and I'm going to go over the entire thing and just pound it into my brain. No, the best thing for you to
right.
do is engage a text directly
Mhm.
and use your
Yeah.
textbook to go back and find things that were like, wait a minute. And you're going to notice certain things, like, complex structures. You're not going to worry about that, right? You will come across a conditional sentence here and there and every once in a while, and you'll be like, wait a minute, what was the type again? And you're naturally going to try to figure out which one it is, and boom. And that'll get quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker until it's just an automatic thing that you're doing. Once you see 100 of those conditional clauses, you're going to start feeling your way through them. It's
Yeah.
not going to be slow. Now, the process will speed up. Now, for you, I don't know, maybe it goes a lot faster than it did for me, right? Maybe it takes you half the amount of text to read, right, to get to the same level. So challenge yourself, right? Keep like pushing your engine. You're a sports car now. You're a race car, right? You got to take yourself out on the track and run yourself around, and try to go faster than you did before. Try to do things differently, and you are going to get into passages where you want to shoot yourself. You'll be like, I just took a course and I have no idea what he said in 3 words. What the hell? That's because you're going to be learning new structures all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. You're going to be learning new things you can do with the words. So, okay, fantastic. Let's take a 10 minute and say, 15 after. Let's come back and I want to start with Aristophanes and see if you think it's funny.
All
Okay.
right. Alrighty.
Okay, what page is this on?
Where are we at?
We're at that first section of the Knights, I think
The
it was.
Knights. All right.
Mhm.
Yes,
Give
I'm
me
on
the
the wrong
page.
page. I'm on the wrong page as well.
Okay.
I think
Oh,
it's
that's
18, right? Oh, here it is. It's 538.
538. Boom, let me silence that phone. Okay. Aristophanes' Knights. So bad has the leadership of Athens become that in Aristophanes' Reductio ad Absurdum, Demosthenes and Nicias, two servants of Demos, which is the people of Athens, have just found out through an oracle that the city can be saved only when it is led by a sausage seller. Needless to say, a sausage seller opportunely happens along. So, a couple of things to notice. You're going to start pulling text, and context is important. Just notice that we've got a discussion, right, with the people. You've got a very democratic thing that's going on here, but we're being directed by an oracle. So, right away, you should notice here that you have an association between governance, democratic governance, and oracles. And that should not alarm you because they're not tyrannical, right? It turns out the process that you get for making a person an oracle creates a democratic movement. The person becomes that movement. It's gorgeous. Anyway, he's making jokes about that Alantopolis, right? That sausage seller. Go ahead. Reading Greek.
Did we lose her?
Oh, sorry, I'm muted. Oops.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry. So Alanthropo.
Just go ahead and read the
Okay.
read the lines. Read the
Okay.
lines to me. I just want you to
Okay.
practice with
So
the pronunciation.
TST Timekalete. Dur else else?
Yeah, who's saying it? Who's saying that? The second Demos.
Demosthenes.
Good.
Hina Pusei. hos eutuges kai megalos eudaimones iside causel auto tuleon kai tu seu ton chrismos anadidaxon auton hos echei.
Good. So let's look at some structure before we jump in.
Okay.
We've got 3 different lines, and what is a couple of things, a couple of oddities you can look at? Just look at the note number 2 first. You got the host
Okay.
there with a note. Here it equals hopos. Right? Okay, fine, no problem. Look at tuleon. Tuleon here. All right. That's
Yeah.
yeah, that's something going on there. What the hell?
A two and a
hell?
leon.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Does that mean
So why did they do that? Because look what happens between the
yeah.
omicron and the epsilon. They're going to want to contract into an omicron upsilon.
Mm.
All right.
Yeah.
That's in the appendix on page 614. You can
Okay.
see how that crassus works. Anyway, some of the vocabulary. Look, chresmos, the oracular response or the oracle. Chresmothites were the people who bring those things to you. They're the lovers. Who are the lovers of these oracle? There's a whole bunch of them. This is a wonderful, wonderful word, chresmos. As a matter of fact, it's so wonderful. I want you to see it here.
Okay.
And it should strike you a little bit odd. You're learning a lot of Greek culture as well, right? What are these guys worried about? They're worried about what the oracles are saying. Why is that? Oracular response, oracle. Notice what the very first thing you have there is. Pindars, Pythian,
Yeah.
number 4. That's the Pythian ode in which the oracle of Medea is recorded.
Medea. Yeah.
All right. So
wow.
people don't realize that she is not only associated with oracles, but she is considered to be Oracle Prime.
Yeah.
She is giving these oracles as a part of guiding the society. So is she Euripides or Seneca's Medea? Not really, right? The stage is portraying her in one very strange way. Notice Adrastus is here. Okay, anyway. Who is, oh yeah, anyway. What do I need to show you? This. Look at the verb. Chresmos, it tells you it's from chrao.
Yeah.
And sometimes their sight is not so good. Okay.
Is this related to Christing at all?
Look, I've actually been asked that before. And I do not see an overlap. The roots for the Christing and the oracle are exceptionally close, right? But that doesn't mean that they're the same root. That can be an accident, or it can be something that's you're importing this from Ionian, therefore it's just happens to be the same root. What you have to do is in practice. Does it surface in practice? And in practice, it doesn't. That oracular event here with the Christos does not seem to be using the same root as the Christos, which is that drug-induced mania, sex mania. So, however, is this what the oracles are doing? Absolutely. How can you determine? Look, we just got a question that we're trying to see. Are these two roots related? Are these two different words using the same root? And it doesn't appear so from usage that they are, but it looks like they should on the surface. So you have to be careful. And I've done this a lot with a lot of different roots in Greek over time. Things that I thought were related weren't, and things that I didn't know were, I discovered later are actually related. So, how do you determine it? How do you come to an acceptable answer? For you as a student, all I would say is it's going to be a matter of what Greek you expose yourself to and how much you're able to build your awareness from that. You know, look at the grammarians. Let's go heavy on the grammarians and see, right? Oh, I've never seen a derivation. I've never seen a derivation that linked the two, right? The grammarians will tell you, oh, this is from this and it's connected to this. So I've never seen it. In activity of the gods and their oracles, it just means to proclaim. Notice, this is further answering your question. Notice the oracle or proclamation here. The verb is focusing on the proclamation itself, right? Chrio is focusing on the process that you're involved with in using a substance to change someone, to induce iosmania. You need that Christing. Is that an oracular process? Yes, it is. Ooh, right? This is difficult, people. That's a very outstanding question. Yeah, yeah. But it doesn't, in practice, they don't seem to be, directly related. Directly influencing each other. Look at the passive, something that is declared. So it becomes that proclamation, right? Mostly for oracles. Look, mostly for oracles can be a regular response, right? But mostly for oracles. When you use the verb in the middle, chrao, it means, when you say chro, it means that you are consulting a god. That sounds a lot like the power of the Christing. All right? Yeah. If you're going to receive divine revelation, isn't that what Io is actually doing? It's a little bit of a leap. I understand why you want to do it. And I totally understand because it looks exactly like it. It looks like it should be the same root. However, whenever you see these oracles, these are from Chrao. This is just the oralizing, the creating, the telling. Right? See how here we've got to furnish with a thing. Right? It's a very practical process. It's the production of something. Right?
It's like how we call Jesus Christos. We're calling the oracles Creo. I don't want to beat this to death. It's just funny.
Yeah, no. When we call Jesus the Christed, are we saying he's the oracled? No, we're not. We're saying he is that one who has been affected by a substance in order to produce a mantic state, a prophetic state.
Right, but the oracles themselves could be Christed. Yeah, just like Jesus is Christed.
Yeah. Yeah. So, oh God. Yeah, right. Do you see, people? It's difficult. It's difficult, but until we have like a direct association, right? Like in the process of trying to figure out whether or not the same root is being used, that this is actually the chrao is the, because you notice, look, chrao and chrio, two different lexical entries. Completely, this is why I'm saying in practice, they come out where you need two different entries. All right. What is missing in this root? You're saying chrao, right? the Christerion, all that kind of stuff. What is missing?
Yeah.
Again, the focus is on that application, right? It's all in the application. The sting of the gadfly is just an application. So, is this the same concept, same root concept as the message produced by the God? Is it? The other question you can ask is, what is the true root? If the oracle is coming from Hrao, let me bring Hrao back up. Watch what happens to the transformation of the word. It's this one. Boom. Okay, look at the forms of the word that you're going to see. Chre, chra. Okay, keep going. Chran, echraon, echreon, echre. Follow the root. Where's the root going? Do you see anything different? All you know for this root is that it's a hero. It's a hero. And so you're naturally, your gut says, oh, it's got to be Christos. No. What is not happening to the root? Nothing else is coming out in all of its different forms. Nothing else is coming out. Okay? Look at it as it appears. That's why this whole first paragraph that you see, they're going to give you forms that you're going to be able to say, okay, here I can break down what is the root then. Right? Okay. What happens with chrio? Watch what happens when we put chrio in. And let's look at all the forms. Because I can sit here all day and say, oh, my experience. My experience is telling me. Bullshit, right? You can't see through my experience. You have to take my word for it. But when you switch to chrio, look what happens. Okay. Look at its root. Okay. What are we having? We're having the root hero sigma. Hero sigma. Right? Fuck the vowels. What does that mean? That means you're probably dealing with a completely separate root. And that's why I say that. That's why I say that. Somebody got really mad at me. It was that jerk off who only made it through the third chapter. Right, because he swore these are, he's discovered it. And the thing is, look, when you actually march in the army and you spend all day doing army shit and you sleep in the army way and you eat in the army way, that constant experience gives you an advantage that you don't have if you don't do all that. So in answer to the voices that are in your head, I would say you are right to notice it, but you may be the Victorians thought the roots were different and showed it through its formations of its chronos, its tense, right? And God, how can you can't really refute that?
And
So I don't care. I don't have a dog. I don't have a pony in the race or whatever they say, a dog in the, I don't know. I don't have.
they're not always right, but in this case, they're probably right.
Again, look at what you say, probably, right? So you could write a paper that they were the same, and you could come up with all the examples you wanted and argue it, and we give you 10 minutes max, and you do it, and then I come up on the same panel, and I say why they're different. Right. And do we really figure out what's going on? One of us will publish our stuff, right, in some obscure classics journal. Yeah. Right. And are we right? Oh, God. It's really, you got to be a scientist about it. You got to say it looks like there's reason that we aren't. But, God, the topics, the things that they're doing are in two universes, semantic universes that are like right next to each other and overlap. There's got to be some kind of.
Similar
Okay.
one's Satan, right? You look at Satan and it says from Hebrew it's the adversary, and you're like, yeah, I don't know about that,
Right.
right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know because that's right. That's not what the evidence we have seems to indicate.
That's right.
So, and people always ask, look, as a classical philologist, people will quote a source and will say, oh, this is from this because this text says this, right? Do you believe these texts can be, or that they're inerrant or that they can be wrong, right? Not everything that you're not here to read the truth, right? You're going to get shit from Plato. You're not there to read the truth out of Plato. You're there to read Plato and to know the evidence. So, from that perspective, I'm not trying to make anything. I don't want to smush the oracles and the Christing together. Is the is the prime Christer? Is she an oracle? Absolutely. Is she giving these things? Absolutely. Is she Christing? Absolutely. But God damn it, looks from this Arist alone in the future that oh, I don't know. Is it appearing in other? Yeah, we do. We've got it in the just in Christos itself. Oh, Jesus, they're too close. Now, you can get another classicist to stand here with me and say, I don't think that's true. I think we can show it, and I'm going to give you a passage that shows that they're linked. Well, I've never found that. If there's a grammarian out there, there's got to be a grammarian out there who's looked at this already and has come up to a Greek grammarian, ancient, who said, this is the way it is. These two words are not associated. It doesn't have to be post Jesus, right? It can be before because they have the same words they're using before. So that the biblical studies, it's like they have a hand grenade, a space-time hand grenade, and they just throw it out there. And when it goes off, it bends the timeline. So your history suddenly becomes shit. And you all of a sudden have to, oh, this is from the word Mashiach. No, it's fucking not. Right? Can you imagine that? Somebody comes along 1,000 years later and says, this is from the word Mashiach. And everybody says, yay. And the fucking church propagates it. And just, why? Because they have to, because their shit falls apart if they don't. Oh, God. It's just like, Jesus, people, don't look for the truth in the Greek. Just fucking translate it. You know what I mean? Oh, God. Let's go. That's a good question. That was a brilliant question. Nice job. Voice in the head of Maddalena.
Mm-hmm.
Let's translate these lines, Maddalena.
Okay.
I'm going to share it back with you. Boom. Boom. Okay.
Alrighty. Sausage seller. Okay. TSD. What is it? T. May. Kalete. Why are you calling me?
Good. Brilliant. Brilliant. Look at that word, alantopoles. The ending of it, poles, is one who deals in whatever comes before it. If you're a pole, you're a dealer in whatever is attached to the front of the pole.
Okay.
So there are
Nice.
pharmacopole. There's a pharmacopoles too, one who deals in those drugs, right?
Polis,
So I just wanted you to see that, right?
Cool. Okay.
Okay, now what did Demosthenes say in response?
He said, "Dur Eles." Is that how you say that? Ilf.
Now hang on, we've got to run it all together.
Okay. Well,
Because this
the
comma doesn't exist. That's bullshit
Okay,
that
yeah,
we
yeah,
made
yeah.
up, right? So try to
Okay.
run the whole thing as if it sounds like one word.
Derletina.
There you go.
Derletina Pusei.
Yeah.
Ah,
Right? Nice.
okay.
And that first word, by the way, is deuro. And
Der.
Omicron has been elided, and they use it all the time. Just over here, right? Elf, just
Okay,
come,
yeah, come
come.
here.
Yeah, yeah, good, good. No,
Um,
what's that note? Hang on, what's that note in number one? For the
I have
accent.
finished.
Oh,
Let's
fuck
see.
the accent. I don't care about the accent. Okay, keep
Okay.
going.
Hina, so that Pusei, you may inquire. Um,
Look at
oh,
Punthana.
yeah, or learn by
Right,
inquiry.
yeah,
Yeah.
but just look for the fun of it. Look at
Oh, okay.
Punthanomai, because it's a new verb.
Punza. Yeah.
Punthanomai, Pelsamai,
House.
Eputhalmane. To inquire, to learn by inquiry. I like it. It's like, okay, you're going to investigate something. Punthana.
Nice.
Good. Okay.
Okay. Um, Hos eutuches. Um, that you're lucky. Um, Ekai megalos eudaimones.
Yeah. What is the A there? The A
A,
there is that second person singular from the verb to be, right?
yeah.
Amy A esti, right?
Okay. Uh-huh. That you're
So the host, use the host there as how.
how
Yeah. How eutuches
oh
A
how
are.
how lucky you are
Good.
and how greatly prosperous
Yeah. You
or happy.
eudaimon. Right? How
Eudaimon.
eudaimones, right? From eudaimoneo. They
Mm-hmm.
just have to what? Be happy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Be prosperous. They say be prosperous.
Prosperous, yeah.
Okay, wait, hang on. Well,
Oh,
that's okay. Since you're making sense of it, let's
okay.
well, no, let's beat it. Let's beat it up. Let's see if we can get uh any gristle out of this. I don't know if we can, to be honest. No, we're not going to be able to.
Oh,
No,
Gristle.
to be truly happy. Okay, whatever. All right.
Parodied. Um, where am I? Okay. Easy de cas Castellauto to Leon Kai to Sue. Okay. So easy day, come then.
Mhm.
Um okay, so Castell is so take down um from the table and so an Adidas con is to him teach teach out teach to him
Yeah, yeah, I
um
like that.
the oracle of the god
And what do they tell us with the host here? Here it's hopos.
Phobos. Yeah, so it means um which oh,
It's literally as it holds.
as it holds.
Yeah, hos eche, in the manner it holds.
Mm,
Right? Give us this explanation. Show us, right? Anadidaxon.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. Fantastic. And notice the Demosthenes. He's like, dude, you come here so you can learn how fortunate you are and how you're eudaimones. You're doing things that are eudaimonic. I just wanted you to, the dude is going to get, is going to become the leader. The Oracle says you got to have a sausage seller for a leader, right? So
Yeah.
So that's
Well deserved.
yeah, he's eudaimonic. Eudaimones. You are entering a world where you are eudaimon. Or eudaimonos. Oh God. Why? Because of this oracle. The
Yeah.
powers that are from the daimones, they're coming from these oracles. People are not seeing it. The oracles are leading fucking society. In every one of these goddamn plays, tragedy or comedy, they're
For sure.
talking to you about somebody's oracle. Oedipus kills his father and fucks his mother because of an oracle. Right? Everybody is dying because of oracle. The oracle said they would. Right? Um, how do you achieve health? How do you maintain health? The oracle. When you become really sick, where do you go? To an oracle. Where's all the women's medicine coming from? The oracles.
Oh.
Right? So there's a lot of shit going on in the background that you don't see. You mean they're going to elect somebody based upon what the oracle said? That doesn't sound like a democracy to me, does it? To you, it sounds like the oracles are running the show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to the reality. Welcome to the reality. Okay. Okay. Oh, God. That's a little bit of Greek. It's real
Nice.
Greek. It's right from the stage. There's a lot of innuendo that, we're going to miss out on, but you are making a connection to the text.
Yeah.
This is not exercises. We get to this point through the exercises. So, what we can't do is we can't lose the momentum, and we need to get you into a reading group. And so
Yeah.
I'm thinking on break, I was thinking, it just makes perfect sense to put together a reading group now of all my students who have been through that are directly involved with Lady Babylon, who have been through the intensive course. These will be your peers. And maybe have a class of 10 of you.
That'd be cool.
And go through chosen, right? The chosen people to be able to go through. Now, I know that some people have been doing this along with you, right? So maybe we could invite some of those people with us. I'm brainstorming. But what I want to do is I don't want to lose the momentum that you've got, because if I put you through a reading course right now, it will tamp down everything that you have learned.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of something that would not be standard, something that would be new and unread. So, one of these apocryphal books that talks about all the dirty shit that people haven't messed with.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
This is what I'm thinking. We got this on TLG. We can do this on TLG. What do you think about that?
That would be so cool. Yeah, let's do that.
Could I do it? Should I do it though with you as a center focus? If I do, I'll limit the other people. I mean, I can put the pressure on you indirectly through them. So you don't, you know what I mean? So you don't feel singled out. And I think that's probably the way we should do it.
Okay.
I'm thinking about doing it though more in the intensive kind of manner or mode, intensive mode.
That'd be cool.
What if we were to do this? What if we were to take a week? So we're going to finish 20 tomorrow. I want you to read 20.
Okay.
And go there right. Hang on. Let's do this. I'm going to forget this great question that I need to ask you.
Oh.
Let's go to the end of 20, and I want you to see at the end of 20. Boom, there it is. And the material's like, it'll only take us 30 minutes to discuss this material.
Yeah.
Seriously. We can do some exercises too if you want to. There's some exercises on page 573. But look at what they give you in the end for the readings. They just give you a giant passage of Gorgias, right? Hey,
Yeah,
it's time. It's time for you to go and just read. And you could spend a day. Right now, at this point, you could spend a day just reading Gorgias, right? If you want to. Here's a whole bunch of vocabulary. It gives you a little bit of cheat, right? Now, but wait. Look at the review for what would be the final exam. And look at the translations. Right. Right. Ego de bulo, my. Well, look, you're already started. You know what that is. Proton min apen. Oh, you got a little bit of what is that form? Apen. Hopos. Oh, clause. You know, you can go back and look it up if you have to. But look at these giant slices, these paragraphs. Right? Shorter ones on the next page. They're going to be packed with the grammar that you're supposed to learn. Right? And then they've got an answer key for it. Right? Nice. Nice, nice. Look at all these forms. All these forms that you should be able to recognize. On this end, they're printing it. They're writing it out. On our end, we're looking at it and say, you need to be able to define what that is as you're in combat, right? You need to be able to tell what it is. Okay. So are we going to have a final exam? I'm going to just give you some sentences of those that I saw. I'm going to just give you some sentences at random, just not paragraphs. I'm going to give you. And I want to also do a little bit of reading. So I'm going to bring along some kind of actual Greek for us to be able to start reading, because this is the point. You're at the end of the introduction. You're at the end of the basic training. Now you're going to start specializing. You better start picking out authors that you find interesting. That's what you need to do. You need authors that you're going to find interesting. Please think about it with me. Come on the end of Lady Babylon tomorrow. Think about it with me about what author is going to drag you in. But I've got a suspicion that we should probably just throw ourselves into something nobody else has done. There's no university on the planet that's going to start off readers with apocryphal texts of Jesus using sex drugs, right? There's nobody's going to do that. But we might as well, brah, right? Because there's a lot of cool stuff in there. And I think it'll give you you want the Bible stuff. So you know what? Let's do the Bible stuff. We may, maybe we'll make it a Bible reading course too. And you're going to be surprised. I want you to open up sometime when you have an extra 5 minutes. I want you to open up the Bible to, like you did with the Apocalypse, do exactly that again. And start like randomly familiarizing yourself. Even if you're just reading one fucking line, randomly familiarizing. You're building your vocabulary.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I love it. I love it. Okay. I'm gonna call it 8 minutes early. Beautiful job tonight. Please read 20 for tomorrow. And I'm gonna say a lot about you at the end of Lady Babylon.
Okay.
And it's yes, fantastic.
Awesome.
And to the voices, thank you for the good questions tonight. And please return tomorrow. And I'm excited. Good job, Maddalena.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you,
you.
Alon.
Well done, Maddie.
Thanks, Alvin.